Hello everyone, welcome to Storytime. I'm Teguh, and today's story is part 11 of A Tale of Two Friends. As you recall, in the last episode, Cleo and Neisha let themselves be caught and be processed. And we left the part with the two animals being separated. So today we'll see what happens to them in part 11. Friends in need are friends indeed. The noise in the room was deafening. "What is wrong with everyone?" the person said again. Nothing could stop the other animals from yelling out to the people trying to get Neisha and Cleo put together. The brown-furred person tried to give the animals treats. The animals would just eat them and continued their cries. Their noise got so loud that the golden-haired person came in. "What's going on?" they asked. I don't know. They just started all of a sudden. Maybe they need a walk." Okay." The golden-furred person and the brown-furred person each took an animal from the cage and took them outside. As the two left the room, the calls in there died down, except for Neisha's crying. A dog said. Cleo said. There were 5 animals left in the room. Bubbles, a cat. Osiris, another cat. Princess, a dog. Rusty, another dog. And Lucky, a parrot. The 2 that were taken out was Buddy, a dog, and not Neisha's brother, and Sasha, not Neisha's mother. Cleo said. Neisha was still crying. Bubbles asked. Cleo responded. Osiris said. Lucky chimed in. Cleo said shyly. Osiris said. Cleo asked. Osiris said. Said Rusty. Said Princess. Cleo asked. All the other animals laughed. Princess said. She finished, all melancholy. All the other animals sniffed at this. Said Cleo. Everyone laughed. Lucky said. Neisha said, breaking through the conversation. Cleo asked. Neisha asked a question again. Lucky responded. Rusty said. Just then, the door opened. Rusty said. And all the animals started calling out again to get Cleo and Neisha back together. Even Buddy and Sasha. What? And we just walked them. The 2 people started to get impatient. What do you want? The brown-furred one yelled out. What did you do to get them started? The golden one asked. The ones that started were the two new ones, Dottie and Cleo. What do you mean? Well, when I put Cleo in here, they both started to cry out. Wait, didn't you find them together? Yeah? Well, why don't you put them together and see what happens? The people put Sasha and Rusty back into their cages and went to Cleo and took her out of the cage. The animals stopped calling out. Oh, that's strange. I wonder... She put Cleo back in her cage and closed it. The animals started calling out again. Oh, okay. The person took Cleo out of the cage, opened up Neisha's cage, and put them in together. The animals called out in a cheer and calmed down, laying back down in their cages. Neisha wagged her tail and gave Cleo hugs and kisses and jumped all over her. Cleo said cheerfully. They both said together. Princess said. Neisha told them. Cleo asked quietly. Cleo said with a knowing smile on her face. After a day with their new friends, they learned a lot about the place. They learned the long brown-haired person was called Bree, and the long gold-haired person was called Jasmine. As people came in, they paid particular attention to the ones that were wearing the 3 shades of colour: light brown, dark brown, and black. Their new friends would tell them the names and what they would be like. There was Mikey, the tall person, the really tall person. Kim, he was short but strong. Casey, she had a fiery fur. And Karen, a girl with short blonde hair. Overall, from what they gathered, the people that worked there were cheerful. They loved the animals in their care. They would feed and play with them every day, and every time they showed a new family a pet, they did so with a smile on their face. And every time a family came in, a family would leave with a pet. Neisha told Cleo as she watched the families leave after happily playing with the different cats and dogs. Cleo asked skeptically, her eyebrows raised. Neisha thought for a while. Cleo opened her mouth to counter that, but that was actually a great idea. Be so bad or antisocial that they weren't going to choose them. That could work. Neisha said, smiling. As night fell on their first day, Princess was released from her cage. They took her outside, bringing along her favorite toy. After the big stick on the wall had made one full rotation, everyone came back with Princess. She was placed in the sink and was given a bath. The air was filled with a sweet smell that put every animal at ease. After they had dried her, her coat seemed to shine more radiant than before. The people picked her up gently and put her on the silver tables. All the people took turns to pet and kiss her. "Hey girl, we got this for you," said Jasmine as they put something in front of her that smelled really good. All her friends salivated as they looked at the food. Princess squirmed and nudged the people with her snout. She said, pointing towards her food and to her friends. "What, girl? You want to share?" Casey asked. "Arr!" Princess said, as she wagged her tail and continued the same action. Everyone laughed. Okay, said Casey. "Mikey, can you get me a knife?" Mikey went to the cupboard and took out a knife and gave it to Casey. She took the food and divided it into 8 parts, then took the pieces and gave it to all the animals. Bubbles asked. Princess responded. In unison, all the animals said, before they all ate at the same time. Lucky had a different meal, but he ate too. When Princess had finished all the meal, the people pulled out her favorite toy, gave it to her, and put a blanket over her. "Hey everyone, can you leave me with Princess for a bit?" Casey said. "Okay, Casey," said Kim. "We'll be out front if you need us." Bree, Mikey, Kim, Karen, and Jasmine pet Princess before they left the room, leaving Casey and the other animals there. Casey pet Princess gently as Princess laid on the table. "I'm sorry, girl. We had some good times, but this is company policy," she said as she started to cry. Princess said as she kissed the tears from Casey's cheeks. Casey held Princess's chin and kissed her on the lips and gave her a big hug. She took some sharp sticks from the cupboard and inserted one carefully behind Princess's legs. She flinched at the insertion. When Casey went to pick up another stick, there was a pipe coming from Princess. Casey then took another sharp stick, put the tip into a bottle, and drew out some green liquid. Casey placed the tip of the pointy stick and stuck it into the pipe that she had just placed in Princess. Casey pet her and rubbed her ears one more time. Princess said. Neisha and Cleo's eyes started to well up, and they started to cry audibly. Through their teary eyes, they saw as Cleo squeezed the stick and the green liquid disappear within Princess. She put the stick down and pet Princess, whispering to her gently. Very quickly later, Princess was asleep. At that time, all the animals in the room began to cry audibly themselves. And that ends part 11 of A Tale of Two Friends. I'm sorry that it was so sad. But please join me for part 12, where we find out what happens after this. Until then, I love you and goodbye.